Hello, ZTV fans. This is a quick little video. I want to demonstrate something. We're playing Warriors Abyss. I'm going to demonstrate a fun little build I came up with. Actually, somebody else has probably already developed this build ahead of me, but I want to demonstrate it. I've either called this the Infinite Waifu build, or the Infinite Waifu Summon Build, or the Harem Attack. And I'll tell you what you need to do to get this build to work. You can do this build with any character except for either Sophie or Ryza, because you need to have them on your summon bar to make the build work. So let me explain. Step one, we need to have Sophie and Ryza. We need to recruit both of them. You see, we have them on our summon bar in slots 1 and 6. It doesn't necessarily matter what slot you put them on your bar. It kind of depends on what character you use. Step 2, we need to have enough fire, bolt, and ice emblems to activate their unique tactics. That's a total of 6 flame, 6 bolt, and 3 ice. We're late in the game. So just to explain, Sophie's unique tactic is Law of Profusion. It shortens the summon cooldown by 40% and increases the attack by 20% for any hero with the Flower of War emblem. Oops. Ryza's unique tactic will summon any other hero that has the Flower of War emblem when she's summoned. So basically, when you summon her, any other hero that you have on your bar that has Flower of War will also get summoned at the same time. So basically, they all come out of... So basically, the next step, as you probably guessed, is to fill your bar with other heroes that have Flower of War. You can pick your favorites. I found that the Ninja Gaiden ladies work best for this because they all have powerful summon attacks. We have Rachel, Momiji, and Ayane, as well as Lulinkui. She has a pretty powerful summon attack as well. Kind of depends on what characters you're using and which which elements you're focusing on. Zhurong also has dazzling bullets with the flame element, so that works well. You also want to get, you either want to get 12 charm or one of the horse treasures, either Matsukaze or red hair. Either one of those will give you another 50% reduction in your summon cooldown. So you get 40% cooldown from Sophie's unique tactic, and then 50% cooldown from red hair or the charm bonus. So you get 90% total cooldown. So it's basically going to reduce your cooldown to a couple of seconds. Now, if you go with the red hair or if you go with the horse, it's going to limit the slot that you can put Ryza in. Now, the next important thing to note is that you want to build up as much wisdom as possible to strengthen your summon attacks, because the more wisdom you build up, the more shots your summons will have. You also want to build up those elemental strengths so that they do more damage. So you're going to see what's going to happen is once you get all this built up, you'll see I've put Ryza in slot 1 because that's the quickest attack to come out. Whoops. You basically get all your waifus are going to come out at once and all do an attack, and it's going to be crazy. And you'll also notice it has like a 4-second cooldown. So basically, by the time you recover, I'm going to be ready to do it again. So we're going to finish off this run, and you'll kind of see the effects that this has. So we're in the last wave here of the game. Fully restores health. I always take Clear Blue Skies because that gives me like a little bit of health regeneration. I can also use all my other summon attacks pretty much with impunity because they're all also going to have a couple of second cooldown as well. I'll take Slay. The character that I'm using special Slay attack point. And we got some Karma Embers, and we get to pick an extra hero. Dion Way is fine. That'll raise our defense at our plan. That's fine. Okay, we've already got our charm at 12. So I'll just take the general one, even though it's a danger. It doesn't matter. Increase Tears of Blood by 5,000. Increase Crystal Bead. I'll take a Crystal Bead. Crystal Beads are always nice because it's an extra summon. One thing to note is, which for the different summons to have an attack with a little bit. Increased damage to bear. I think it's still. There's a book you get in one of the training levels that makes it more likely for female characters to appear after you clear a stage and get an ally with a girl. If you want to do this build consistently, I would recommend equipping that book. I'll show you after we record. They're basically like an item you can equip that give you like your stats and different effects. Boost the speed. Ooh. Increased attack by 50% for heroes with the speed emblem. That's gonna give Ayana her unique tactic, and that's actually good because a lot of my, if I'm not mistaken, a lot of the characters I have slotted right now, yes, Ayane, Lulin Kui, and Momiji all have speed emblems, so that's actually a pretty good one. I'm not going to use the extra bead just yet. I'm gonna hold out to see if I get a one with wisdom, because we still want. Oh yeah, I was gonna switch Ryza. You can see every time I summon her, it's a total carnage because my entire summon bar comes out at once, obliterates everything. You'll also see it will be effective on the end bosses when we reach them. Oh yeah, wisdom. We want wisdom. Wisdom is good for a summon-based build. I mean, but sometimes you want to build your character based around the summons that you get, and then sometimes you're building just around your character build attacks. It kind of depends on what character. Although, like I said, this build that I'm showing you works for pretty much any character. Although it kind of gravitates more towards charm or wisdom-based characters. I mean, if you're using like a power based character, like if you're using like Lulu or somebody like that, you're just slashing the characters with your physical strength, and you probably don't really give them the crap. Alright, we got a treasure box with some beef. Great. Oh yeah, yeah, we'll take some vigor because we really haven't gotten. Vigor is good too because we haven't. Vigor increases the range of your attacks as well as your summons, so it's kind of good to have. I think getting them to defeat 400 more suckers. Alright. Since all these summons are using different elements, it's handy to kind of boost the different things. Alright, let's see what we can get. Ooh, he's a big man. Big man! Kenshin Asugi. Yes, alright. And yeah, let's take another one. That's fine. Let's reroll. Maybe we'll get Lubu. He'll give us two. There's Lubu. Lubu! That'll get us to 4 vigor, and that'll increase our range. So that's nice. 400 more fools must die. Once you have your 12 charm, you don't necessarily need it. You do get more benefits from additional charms, but it's like kind of overkill. There's a couple of characters that'll get like bonus charms, like you get like 50% more. Let's switch. Okay, so all I'm going to do is I'm going to put her in a different slot. Okay. So now we're going into the boss. Now we're going into the final boss rush here. So first you get either the Bloodthirsty Warrior or the Veteran Warrior, which is basically either like a demon version of either Lufu or Tanakaze. If you're playing on Traversal 5 and 6, you actually have to fight them both back to back. Before that, fight them together. We took his barrier down pretty quickly. Once I take his shield down, I activate Build. I usually activate. I usually hit neutral attack right before that ends, because then it's gonna be a special super attack. It does a lot of damage, but I can't do it for this. Notice how quick that melted shield. Alright, he's dead. I've had quicker boss meltings, but that was still pretty brutal. This is also a pretty easy level that we're playing. Okay, so we've got enough Tears of Blood left over. There's always a King's Cauldron just before the final boss. I'm just gonna buy everybody that's here. I can, and there's no reason not to. He actually has to power us up some. And look at this bastard. Alright, watch me melt this. Showing like 80% of this barrier. Alright, he's down. Activate the assemble. Oh, hey! Alright, he's dead. That went quick. What a jobber. Oh, he's got a true form. I didn't even use up much of my assemble game. Alright, final boss. Right here it comes. I actually think like he's actually more susceptible to this than the Luku guy because he's a bigger target. He tends to get hit by more of this crap. Like all these bolt stuff that I'm shooting, he gets hit by more of this. I think he actually tends to die quicker. Right before that assemble ends, then I activate this super, you kind of do like a big super, and it's like this big explosion, and it wipes out everybody on the screen, does a massive amount of damage, takes his barrier down again. I could go get that Locust over there, but I'm not going to bother because we're going to go out for 2 seconds, and after a grueling battle, Gomu was finally forced to submit to the matter of time, blah 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 blah, you're a winner. And that was the Infinite Waifu Summon Attack build. Like I said, it's a fun build to try if you like summoning waifus. Saying Chunhua, traversal level 2 clear. Not a big deal for me to clear traversal. So let me just kind of show you what, let me tell you. So, okay, she's reached level 100, yay. This build would work really well with Diao Chan because she actually, once she's been ascended, she actually gets 70% bonus to her charm emblems. So it's very easy for her to get up to 12 charm. Anyway, what I was talking about, these are the records of sin. So the one I have equipped makes it more likely for female heroes to appear at Crystal Saplings. So that makes it more likely. Most of the characters with Flower of More are female characters. For some reason, Tadakatsu Honda also has a Flower of More emblem. don't know the history behind that or why he does that. But that'll make it easy for you. That'll make it easier for you to get Sophie and Ryza, as well as the female heroes with Flower of War that you want to fill your summon bar with to make this build effective. And then, like I said, you just need to build up those 3 elements and your charm and your wisdom, and then you can blast through most runs with the Infinite Waifu Summon, and it's fun and entertaining.